Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Salmon River Central School Arena for tonight's high school hockey game between the Salmon River Shamrocks and the Massena Red Raiders. We're just about ready to go here as the introduction of the players going on ice side, and there's going to be a brief ceremony for the seniors on the Salmon River Central team, and then we'll be ready to go. Just getting started a little bit late here at the Salmon River Arena. I'm Jerry Manor. Alongside me, Dave McLennan. Dave rejoins the broadcast crew. I don't know, for some reason he decided not to go to Lake Placid on Monday, but he's here, and you didn't miss much of a game, David, on Monday.
Okay, Jerry, I understand that it wasn't much of a contest. The Tupper Lake Lumberjacks, of course, lost their ice, but had been without ice for about a week and a half, so it was probably understandable that their legs weren't in shape, and I think there's no question we know that Massena's a little stronger team than Tupper Lake, but they'll have their hands full tonight. You and I were talking in the truck on the way down last year, the excitement that radiated out of this building, and you and I both left this arena just weak last year from excitement. That was just a super high, and I don't know when, but what an outstanding hockey game that was, and if they could duplicate that tonight, we'd really be in for a treat.
Boy, I guess so. Not quite as big a crowd as there was last year, although the stands are fairly full, and there are people standing all the way around the rink. But we're looking forward to a good game. Salmon River tied for the number one spot in the division.
It seems like yesterday. We just started the season. But you mentioned this game tonight means nothing in the standings to either club except for bragging rights. Both Casey Cartier and Jody David line.
Well, it'll be interesting to see. It is going to be Floyd Bingham out there to take the face-off against Jake Morris. We're underway as the puck comes into the Massena zone. Brian LeBac is there, feeds it to Todd Collins. He bangs it, does not get it out. Bounces up into the boards, and into the corner it goes. Jody David trying to poke it. They've got that whole line together as the puck hits the side of the net, as we do have David out there on that wing. Of course, they're probably starting the seniors because it's senior night. And Jake Morris bangs it, does not get it out. Here's a drive from the point, and the save made by Hayes. It goes right across the goal mouth, and Hayes gets a piece of it. Jake Morris picks it up, hits Bigelow on the breakout pass. Here comes Bigelow, overskates the puck, and it comes back the other way as Nate Sunday picks it up and flips it down into the zone. Here comes Bingham, gets a weak shot up, and Hayes is going to cover up, and barreling in is Jody David, and actually he was checked by Todd Collins into goaltender Todd Hayes, and the save is made. The faceoff will come inside Massena territory. So we played very few seconds, and already Salmon's right on the ball here.
Guess you can't believe those coaches. Coach Mike Miller told me that he was going to break that lineup, but possibly we'll see as the get down in the shifts if he does.
Shannon Jock's line out there now. Jock, Lazor, and Lazor against the Jackson line from Massena. Barkley flips it to Jackson off the faceoff. He starts out. We've got Cameron and Hewlett on the wings for Massena. Here's Chris Cameron doing the shift. Takes it across the blue line. Moves into the corner, left side of the goal. He looks to drop it back. Tommy Post winds up. He slides it through a wrist shot, knocked down in front. Jamming in front shot on Jackson, and the save made by goaltender Peter Burns. And he just dumps it out to center ice. Massena trying to move it ahead. Cameron has it taken away by Lazor. That's Conrad Lazor. Flips it ahead to Elliot Lazor at the red line, and he dumps in the Massena zone. In the zone is Tommy Post. Does a little shift, starts to move it out. Here's Post headman intercepted and breaking in the zone. Here comes Ray Jock. He loses to Tommy Post. Post flips it ahead for Hewlett. Took a funny bounce. Comes right back to Post. Here's Tommy in the corner. Jock trying to cause him a little problem. Hewlett hits Jackson. Jackson goes for Cameron. Rink-wide pass. Cameron can't catch up. Miller loses to Cameron. Here's Cameron in front. Shot. Save. Rebound. Another save. And a couple of big saves for Peter Burns on Chris Cameron. And it's still 0-0 on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard. 13:27 left in the first period.
That's a change in the last few games. The Shamrocks have gone from Owen Hearn to Peter Burns, and hoping it'll give them a big boost. And he just made an outstanding save. Chris Cameron picked up his own rebound and almost put the Raiders up 1-0.
Off the faceoff, quick shot by McCracken, and the save made by Burns. And another quick save by Peter Burns as Fauché won the draw right to McCracken, and he drove it. This is Casey Cartier's line out there now. And we've got Cartier out there with Ray Jock and Jody David. So the coach told you the truth. Here's LeBac shot. Deflected off a leg into the corner, left side. LaBarge tries to pinch in, pokes it in behind the net. Picking it up there is Sean Miller. Miller ridden out of the play by Bobby Whitcup. Whitcup trying to center McCracken. He gets a shot right on, and a save made by Burns. McCracken feeds Whitcup. Bobby takes it in behind the net. Circles, goes back to the point to LeBac. Ryan winds up and flips in the corner to Whitcup. Whitcup trying to poke it through. Comes back to Levac off a skate, and it's Ray Jock to flip it out to center ice. Back to the Massena red line. They flip it ahead, knocked down, and Casey Cartier just dumps it into the Massena zone. Went off somebody, so icing waved off. Levac trying to leave it in behind as they jam for it. Hayes way out of his net, behind the net. Now he flips it in the corner. Picked up there by Whitcup. He runs into traffic behind the net. Puck still free. Jock tries the short side. The puck still free, and finally the net comes off its mooring. And boy, there's pushing and shoving behind the net as Jason Labarge was mixing it up with Jody David behind the net. And I think they were just trying to get some position is all. I don't think there'll be any penalties or anything.
And number 14, Ray Jock, is making his presence felt right off the bat, his first game. And he was a burr under the Raiders' saddle that last shift. Good forechecking out there, hustling right in, putting pressure on the Massena defense.
Okay, now we're going to see Eddie Shenandoah on the wing. Although they gave us number 20. He's wearing 18 today off the faceoff. Shepard LePage gets a shot off. It's wide. Shenandoah trying to dig it. No, that's Shenandoah. And the puck poked out to center ice. Miller can't keep it. Here's Bigelow breaking in. He's got Tommy Moore and Jake Morris. Feeds to Moore. His shot. He fires it wide. Puck in behind the net. Ridden around the boards by Floyd Bingham. Bingham feeds it to Corey White. And White moves it out to center ice. Headman pass comes to Shenandoah. He overskates it. And into the zone. Here comes Bingham right down the middle. He gets knocked off the puck by Morris. And back the other way comes Tommy Post leading the attack. Here's Post, takes it across, trying to shift to Tommy Moore. Moore gets a weak shot off. It does not get all the way through, and it's picked up by Nate Sunday. We got a whistle, and I think we're going to have a penalty.
Tommy Post is in extreme pain down here to our left. He really got taken into the boards by Corey White. Tommy had made a rush from his own end into the neutral zone, crossed the blue line, threw a pass over to Tommy Post, and as he passed the puck, Corey White really gave him a shot right down to our left in front of the Salmon bench, and he went into the boards heavily, and Tim Long is out there tending to him, but he went down, but he's up now, he's on his feet, but I'll tell you, he's a little shaky, and he's coming to the Raider bench, but he got jolted really hard by Corey White.
And there was no penalty or anything, I guess.
No,
nice
it was a clean check, there's no question. It was a hard check. One thing the Shamrocks have to watch, they've had problems with all year, Jerry, is the transition game. Where as you know, they throw everything but the kitchen sink when they go offensively up there, and they've been burned many times on that.
Jake Morris will be out there to face off against Bingham. Off the draw, Bingham wins it. He starts back the other way. Bigelow just takes him out of the play. The puck comes to Levac. He feeds Morris, breaking back. Morris shifts it across, poke checked away nicely by Nate Sunday. Dumped back in by Bigelow. Here's Sunday with it. Massena on the delay off sides, but the Shamrocks clear it. And Bingham takes it into the zone. We got a 2-on-1. Bingham breaks in right side. Massena gets back, and the puck goes into the corner. After it is Bigelow, and he rides it out to center ice. Here's Bigelow. Shifts across the middle. Bigelow stick handling by the D. Backhand shot. Fires it just wide. Around the boards, Levac tries to keep it in at the point, and it slides out to center ice. Bingham after it. Gets by Moore. Another 2-on-1. Here's the drive, and Levac got back and just lifted his stick at the last second, and Massena clears it to an open wing. Corey White with it, flipping it back in the Massena zone. It's going to go right on Hayes, and he is going to cover up as he had Elliot Lazor racing in on him.
Jerry, it typifies his play all year long, but Jeff Bigelow on that last rush down by the Shamrocks, it would have been a 2-on-1. Great back checking. He caught Shepard LePage, and who's the first guy coming back the other way? Number 3, Jeff Bigelow. Just typifies the way this youngster plays. Hard at both ends.
Jock against Jackson. Face off, controlled by Cameron. Here's Cameron, has it knocked away. Lazor feeds it back into the Massena zone. Jason Labarge in behind the net, picks it up, drops it back for Collins. Here's Collins, looking on the wing for Cameron. Chris, ahead to Jason Jackson. Jackson circles, drops it for Cameron. Here's Cameron, stepping by the check, steps by another check. Cameron now takes it in on the right side. Drop pass to Hewlett. Hewlett gets it knocked away, and Jackson can't catch up with it. Comes back out to center ice. Hewlett from Massena, dropping it over to Labarge. Labarge feeds it to Collins. Collins goes to Hewlett, goes by him to the Salmon line. It's dumped to the Massena line. Labarge flips it ahead. Cameron takes it across, offsides. Hewlett a little ahead of the play on the left side. We're down to 10:14 remaining in the first period, and there's no score on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard.
Shannon Jock just gave Jason Labarge a real shot here at the neutral zone. And I don't know if you noticed, Jerry, whether Jason Jackson is making a fashion statement here tonight. Have you noticed his socks? He has one red one and one white one.
I didn't even notice
Check
that.
him next time he comes out.
Okay. Here's Faucher's line out off the face-off. Faucher out there to draw against Casey Cartier. McCracken trying to move it back to the point. It's out to center ice. Here comes Jody David. And he's taken out of the play by Whitcup. Bobby with a nice check there. He takes the puck in behind the net. Whitcup staying with it along the boards. Now Ray Jock after, but Faucher picks it up first. Flips it ahead. Whitcup goes for McCracken. It goes by him into the zone. Back after it is Sean Miller for the Shamrocks. He rides it around the boards to the point. Kept in by Collins. Goes to Faucher. His shot is deflected into the corner. Jody David with it. Bangs it out to center ice. Here comes Ray Jock. Knocked off the puck again by Whitcup. And the puck comes to McCracken. He deflects it ahead. And Bobby Whitcup falling across the blue line pokes it in the corner. And Massena looks to make a line change here. Breaking out of the zone. That's Nate Sunday. Flips it ahead. Collins steps into it. Dumps it back into Salmon territory. In the corner it goes Miller. Bigelow is there to dig at him. But Miller pokes it ahead. Sunday starts it back for the Shamrocks. Sunday takes it across. Has it poked away. Bigelow back to Morris. Jake with a puck along the blue line. Flips it inside Salmon territory. In behind the net is Miller. Miller rides it around the boards. Back to the point. Here's Levac. He hit Bigelow with it. But Jeffrey picks it up, centers it. Tommy Moore, his shot, knocked down by Sunday. Puck in the corner, Moore in behind. Bigelow tries to center it, has it poked away, and Sean Miller picks it up. Bigelow upended, but Miller starts out. Here comes Miller with it, breaking out of the zone. Moves it on the left side from the red line, hits the referee with it, and it's picked up by Tommy Moore. Headman to Bigelow. Bigelow can't get it out of the zone. Here's Bingham's shot. Save made by Hayes, and he holds on for the face-off.
Jerry, I don't know. I'll tell you, it's awful cold and damp in here, but this action is fast and furious, and it's hot out on that ice. Both clubs are really skating. It may not mean much for 2 points in the standings. It means nothing, but as we talked about at the top of the show for bragging rights, and both these clubs are really skating out there. That last shift by the UPS line was super. Bobby Whitcup, outstanding.
Off the face-off, it's Morris's line. Jake comes away with a face-off and breaks it out. Looks for Bigelow. Hits him. Here comes Bigelow busting in by Corey White. Bigelow centering just by Tommy Moore. Moore in the corner with it now. He's ridden into the boards. It comes to Bigelow. Bigelow taken out of the play and back to pick up the puck. And around the boards is Matt Phillips. Phillips tries to clear the zone. Jake Morris steps in front of it. Digs for it. Morris trying to poke it ahead to Tommy Moore. It comes back to Morris. He didn't see it. And the Shamrocks clear it out to center ice. Here's Shenandoah with it now across the blue line. His shot knocked down by Levac. Levac takes it into the corner now. Looks to feed it along the boards. Tommy Moore, he can't keep it out as Phillips keeps it in momentarily. Now it's Levac. Skates it ahead. Flips it to the red line. Shenandoah is there to leave for Phillips. Phillips over on the other side for Corey White. White now breaks down for the Shamrocks. Takes it across into the corner. He and LaBarge go together. The puck comes right in front. They jam at it, and it comes to Hewlett. He gets hauled down. The puck back to the point, knocked free. LaBarge, and he gets railed, and the whistle blows. And we'll have a face-off as I think the puck got caught in LaBarge's equipment.
Either that or he called a hand pass. And I'll tell you, the Shamrocks are throwing some bone-crunching checks out here. And this crowd is filling up, Jerry, as we look across the way. And there's not too many empty seats on that far side.
Okay, we've got Shannon Jock's line against the Jason Jackson line.
That Eddie Shenandoah, he's a wide body. He packs a lot of weight. He's really solid.
Face-off, right side. Collins in behind the net, trying to wrap it around. Here's the puck in front. They jam, and it goes into the corner. Chris Cameron picking it up. Headman pass knocked down. Miller dumps it right back inside Massena territory. Around the boards it goes. Cameron waits for it, leaves it. Barkley ahead to Jackson. Jackson feeding Hewlett. Hewlett takes it off the boards and dumps in Salmon territory. And Cameron races for it in the corner. Around the boards it comes. Conrad Lazor. He pokes it to center ice. Down the ice it goes. And they wave the icing off as Hayes stops it and leaves it for Collins. He backhands it around the boards for Cameron. Cameron trying to move it out. Kept in at the point, but here comes Jackson. Jackson feeds Cameron. He's going to have a breakaway if he can catch up with the puck. He's too deep. Cameron looks to center, though. Right in front, Hewlett. His backhander, and the save made. And holding on for the faceoff will be Peter Burns.
He found him. Jason Jackson found Chris Cameron, but just about a half a count too slow, Jerry. Chris Cameron was really wide open, got in behind the defense, and that extra half stride it took Jason Jackson to find him just allowed the Salmon defense to adjust to the situation.
Faucher's line out against the Cartier line off the faceoff. Puck riding around the boards. It comes to Jody David. He and Whitcup go together. There's going to be a penalty. And I'm not sure who's going to get it.
Jody David is going to get the call for interference, Jerry. Bobby Whitcup hadn't touched the puck, and Jody David dropped down. He's shaking his head, no, ref, but he's in there for a minute and a half, and it's going to be interference.
So that means Bingham will come out along with LePage on the penalty killing crew, and I think Corey White and Sean Miller will be out there as well. Massena going to leave out the McCracken-Fauché power play here.
I'll tell you, Jerry, if that locker room talk or that team meeting that the Shamrocks had this week is certainly paid some dividends early on, because they're flying out here.
Playing very, very well. It's going to be Bingham against Fauché off the drive. Puck dumped down the ice by the Shamrocks. Stopped by Hayes. He leaves it for Jason Jackson. He's got Bingham as a forechecker. Steps around and flips it to Fauché. Joey breaks it out. Here comes Fauché now. He just dumps it in the zone. Whips around behind the net. Corey White and Hewlett racing for it. White gets it back, but can't get it out of there. Here's McCracken centering for Fauché. Directs it right on. The save made, and Burns covers up for the faceoff.
Oh, that was a four-way passing play. The Raiders gained the zone. Mike Hewlett dug the puck out of the corner, back to Jason Jackson. Fed little shovel pass to Scotty McCracken, and he found Joey Fauché on that right side breaking in, and Joey just tried to redirect it, but Peter Burns made a nice save.
6:13 left, 0-0 on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard. We're in the first period, and now Massena will come out with the other power play unit, the Jake Morris unit. Morris, Bigelow, and Cameron. Aaron Barkley comes out to play the point. Jason Jackson's going to stay out there at the point. Face-off left side, 1:03 left in the power play. Face-off in the Salmon zone. Morris now wins the draw to Bigelow at the 45. He drops it in the corner for Jake. Morris skates it in front. Now he passes behind the net for Bigelow. Here's Biggs coming out right side of the goalie. Back to Jackson. Quick wrist shot. Oh, just wide. Puck side of the net. They jam at it there. It's in the slot, and Bigelow gets a piece of it. It comes behind the net to Morris. Jake turns it around, goes back to the point. Aaron Barkley winds up. His shot deflected right on. The rebound comes to the side of the net. Morris goes after it. Here's Jake with it. Flips it to Bigelow. Bigelow, wrap around right in front. The shot, they jam. Puck still sits there, and it comes free to Jake Morris at the 45. Back to Barkley. Barkley, Jackson. Jackson in the slot. He winds his shot. Oh, he fired it wide. Puck back to Barkley at the point, and it's poke checked by him, by Bingham, down to center ice, and Jason Jackson racing after it with 15 seconds left in the power play. Jackson flips for Barkley. Barkley turns it around, looks back for Jackson. Jason, and dumps in the zone as Massena will take the power play unit off. Puck goes in the corner. Bigelow to Morris. Morris dumps back into Bigelow. Biggs racing behind the net. Stays with it. Morris right in front. Shot. He fired it wide. It comes to McCracken. McCracken ridden into the boards, trying to stay with it. Puck bounces free. It comes into the slot. Jake didn't see it. And finally the Shamrocks clear it. And Tommy Post has to go through his skates and back down into the Massena zone. Here's Post. In behind the net now. Looking to headman to Fauché. Fauché's pass is intercepted by Shepard LePage. His backhander shot goes through the middle. It's knocked down to the blue line. Here comes Nate Sunday in the corner now. He's got Fauché on him. Fauché takes him out of the play. Posty picks up the puck but loses it to LePage. LePage bounces back to Corey White at the point. His shot knocked down in front. Here's LePage. Another shot. The save made. The puck sits in the slot. It's shot by Jock. It comes free. And finally Bigelow picks it up and moves it out to center ice. Here comes Bigelow with Fauché and McCracken. Biggs takes it across, has it poke checked at the blue line. Post. And Post tries to come up with a puck, and he can't. Now he flips it ahead, and the puck comes back in the Salmon zone. And we have a whistle.
He's going to get Tommy Post, I believe, for a little extracurricular activity, possibly right down in front of us. I'll tell you, Todd Hayes made a great toe save just a second ago, and that the Shamrocks were applying some good pressure down here, and through traffic he was able to kick out that left pad and able to corral that rebound, Jerry.
So Massena will pick up, wait a minute.
I'm not sure if it's too many men on the ice or what.
They got 4 minutes up there.
Wow. The double minor?
No, that would be a major, wouldn't it?
Oh, that's right. I'm thinking of over in Vermont.
Yeah.
Well, it might. I don't know if it's got something to do with it happened right down in front of us. I saw. No, I guess it doesn't, because they keep something that happened on the Raider bench. Coach Tim Long and Mike St. Louis are. kicking. Joey indicates to us that he thinks it's an infraction for kicking. Let's see if it's against Tommy Post. I don't know.
Okay, we'll wait on the official, but whatever it is, the major penalty.
Yes, it is. There's a lot of discussion. I don't know. I can't. The Raiders' penalty box is on the other side of us, and we're blocked from that. We'll have to wait for the announcement, but it's a 4-minute penalty that the Shamrocks are going to have a power play for.
Here's the penalty. Yeah, it's Tommy Post. It's a game disqualification.
Game disqualification. Okay, I'm going to. It happened right down, and we'll pick up on it later. I think I saw what happened.
Off the face-off. Here comes McCracken with it, just wasting time. As Massena killing a major penalty here. Labarge lifts it high in the air, back in the Salmon zone. Shamrocks are on the power play, and they dump it to center ice. Here's Jody David, flipping ahead for Shepard LePage. LePage, a shot knocked down, the rebound. Hayes the save, the rebound, another save, and they score! And I think Jody David will get the goal on the power play.
Well, they had 3 cracks at it, I'll tell you. Todd Hayes made the first save. The rebound came out. He made a great save on that, and I'm not sure if he went to pull that puck back towards him that he might have put it right between his own legs, Jerry. I'm not sure if the goal will go to Jody David, but Todd, in trying to corral that rebound, might have pulled it right back between his legs.
Of course, Massena does not get a man back on the major penalty.
What happened, Jerry, if I continue that point, well, I guess we're not going to have time. We're ready to start away here.
Okay, off the face-off. Bigelow takes it in the zone, trying to dig through into the corner. Of course, Massena's still playing a man down here, and they will for the rest of the time.
How'd he miss that one?
And back out to center ice. Here comes Nate Sunday into the Massena zone. Sunday dropping it back to the point. Comes to Jody David. David, side of the net, shot right on, save, rebound, wrap around, another save, they score again, and Jody David gets his second goal.
Jody David parked right off to the right of Todd Hayes. Shepard LePage picked up the puck behind the net, Jerry, came right out in front, and Todd Hayes made the save. The Raider defenseman did not have Jody David tied up. He was there right next to him, but you've got to tie that guy up, or anybody parked next to the net. He was standing next to him and did not have the stick tied up. And the Shamrocks, as quick as you can say, Salmon River Shamrocks are up 2-0.
And there's still 3:08 left in the major penalty. So they've scored 2 goals in the first minute of the penalty.
Jeff Bigelow got railed from behind just before that over the boards. I don't know how the official missed that. Whoa.
Here's McCracken flipping it back in the Salmon zone. In behind the net, it's Corey White with it. White starts back for the Shamrocks, flipping it ahead for Shepard LePage. LePage goes to Bingham. Bingham takes it across into the corner. Now he goes back to the point. Here's Sunday's shot knocked down by McCracken. Comes to Fauché. Joey just rides it around the boards. Corey White steps in front of it at the 45. Here's White setting up, trying to center it. It goes into the corner. David flips it back to White. At the 45, back to the point. Here's the shot deflected up into the glass and around the boards. That shot taken by Nate Sunday. Now it's Bingham trying to flip it in behind. LePage centers it, but it's knocked into the corner. Here's another shot knocked down by McCracken. He turns it around and dumps it down the ice. And we're down to about 2 minutes left in the major penalty. The Shamrocks have scored twice already in this major penalty. Now the puck dumped to an open wing. Comes into the Massena zone. It's Shepard LePage with it. In the corner, drops it for Bingham. Bingham takes it across. Into the center, he winds his shot, deflected up into the glass. Comes to the side of the net. Aaron Barkley picking it up, looking, and finds the distance, and down the ice it goes. And we're down to almost a regular penalty now, about a 1:40 left in the major to Tommy Post for kicking. Back down comes Floyd Bingham. Bingham's headman pass, Casey Cartier. Cartier takes it in. His drop pass back to the point. Corey White pokes at it, keeps it in. Here's Cartier, winds. His shot gloved by Hayes, and he holds on. I don't believe that was on net, but he held on anyway.
I'll tell you, Salmon River is really, to say they're controlling the play on this power play would be an understatement. They are flying, and they've got the Raiders in a bit of a quandary down here. They are really mixed up, and the Shamrocks are taking it to them. Those 2 goals came in 25 seconds, Jerry.
Off the face-off side of the net. It goes free in the corner. Poked around the boards. In behind. Ray Jock is going after it. Here's Jock with it, picking it up, back to the point. They move it around the horn. Here's Miller. Miller goes back on the other side. Here's the drive, the save, the rebound goes in the corner. Jock picks it up. That shot by Nate Sunday. Jock trying to center it. It bounces to Miller. Miller's shot goes to the side of the net. Right in front, they jam at it, and the whistle blows as Hayes has it covered up. And Ray Jock was right there on the doorstep. 59 seconds left in the major penalty on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard. It's Salmon River 2, Massena 0.
Something tells me that Jeff Bigelow, I said he got railed from behind because Chris Cameron's out there killing a penalty with Jake Morris. I haven't seen that all year long, that combination. Possibly Jeff Bigelow might have been hurt on that check taken. He was hit from behind, really railed from behind. There should have been a penalty on that.
Off the face-off, Fauché out there to kill. Comes right in front. Levac picks up the loose puck, finds the hole, and dumps it down the ice. It goes right to the side of the net. Burns leaves it for Nate Sunday. Sunday moves it ahead, and it comes back in the Massena zone. It goes by Levac into the corner. Bryan with it now. Ridden into the boards. They jam for it. Levac now flips it over to Labarge, and Labarge starts it up. He looks up, sees McCracken breaking, but he doesn't quite get it to him. McCracken throws a check now, ties the puck up along the boards, pokes at it, takes it free, steps out of the traffic, has it taken away. Here's Jody David. His drive, glove save by Hayes.
Great save. I'll tell you, that was a 65-footer, but Jody David had some mustard on that, and Todd Hayes doing the splits and coming up with a big glove save. The Shamrocks are really taking it to Massena. They're out hitting them at this point. They're out skating them. They're out passing them. And Todd Hayes has had to make, even though they've got two on him, he's made a couple of great saves.
21 seconds in the power play, 25 seconds in the period, 2-0. Shamrocks off the draw. It comes to Aaron Barkley. He flips it around the boards for Todd Collins. Collins trying to get it out. He doesn't. The puck comes free. And Bigelow. Jeffrey's back out there, which is good news for Massena. Here comes Bigelow with 10 seconds left in the penalty. He gets by one. Has it poke checked away by Nate Sunday at the last second. Sunday controls in his own end. And the major penalty is just about up as Salmon dumps into the Massena zone. Just 2 seconds left in the period down the ice. And the period ends with the Salmon River Shamrocks leading at 2 power play goals and a major penalty. And it's 2-0 on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard.
2 power play goals, as we mentioned. The first coming at 11:23 mark, Jody David from Shepherd LePage. And then 25 seconds later, Jody David from Shepherd LePage and Corey White, both on the power play. And Salmon looked outstanding on that power play. They're flying this first period. Really, as we said, there's Joey coming with the saves. 17. Todd Hayes had 17 saves, and the Salmon River goalie Peter Burns had 9. I don't know if the Shamrocks had 17.
They tend to be real generous with the shots on net here at the Salmon River Arena. It's been that way over the years.
They had a good share of the play. There's no question, especially that 4-minute major where they were really pouring on the coals. But I don't think they had 17. But we'll go. This is the official stat. 17 saves for Todd Hayes, and.
Well, thank you very much, Paul Durham, and good evening once again, everyone. About ready to start the second period. The Salmon River Shamrocks, a couple of power play goals in that first period, leading the Massena Red Raiders 2-0. Tommy Post, a 5-minute major and a game disqualification for kicking. And Massena played the last 4 minutes of the period down a man and gave up 2 goals.
And we notice he's got Jody David back on that number 1 line out here, Jerry. This is unusual.
Off the face-off. It comes to David. He flips to the Massena line. Brian Levac is there. Levac, head man to Barkley. Barkley trying to move it out to Bigelow. Bigelow to Morris. Morris kicks it into the zone and goes after it. Corey White rides it around the boards, and back out to center ice it comes. Swept away by Levac. Back to Bigelow. He backhands it into the corner. In behind the net is Nate Sunday. Sunday trying to get it around the boards. Tommy Moore looked to stop it, couldn't quite do it. It comes back out to center ice. Jake Morris has it poked away, comes to the Massena line. Levac is there, goes to Bigelow. Bigelow feeds Morris. Morris gets upended, and the puck comes free, and Morris just got tripped up that time, and it bounces into the corner Massena zone. And they jam for it. Here comes Bingham. Can't get the shot off. Had his stick lifted, and back comes Tommy Moore. Moore feeds Bigelow. Bigelow kicks it into the zone. Bigelow into the corner now, looking. He's ridden into the boards by White. Stays with it, though. Finally, he's taken out of the play. White moves it to the blue line, but not out. Bigelow keeps it in. Biggs winds up his shot. Glove save by Peter Byrne.
I'll tell you, the Shamrocks are hitting anything that wears a red shirt out there. They're really throwing some checks, but they got away with a trip just a second ago. Jeff Bigelow had his feet taken right out from under him, right in front of the Raider bench, and no call.
Faceoff will come back in Salmon territory as we come out with the Jackson line now against the Shannon Jock line. Faceoff right side. Off the draw. Puck goes into the corner. In behind the net. It's Nate Sunday picking it up. He rides it around the boards. It comes to Elliot Lazor trying to get it out of there. And now back to the point. Hewlett winds up. His shot goes wide. Bounces back to the other point. Here's another shot taken just wide by Todd Manning. After it is Jackson in the corner. Jackson stick handles, flips it in behind the net again. Sunday picks it up there. Hewlett trying to check him. Now Sunday moves it up to the blue line to Lazor, and Elliot Lazor starts it out to center ice. His pass intercepted by Hewlett. Hewlett whacks at it, comes up with a puck. Here's Hewlett ahead to Cameron, and Cameron backhands it in the zone. Salmon River territory. In there after it is Miller. Miller rides around the board. Jackson steps in front. Jason with a puck now, gets tied up in the corner, and the puck kicks free in behind the net. Miller picking it up there. Here comes Miller, leading the attack out to center ice. Gets by Whitcup. Now Jackson rides him into the boards, and it comes free to Collins. Collins in the corner, knocked off the puck. Whitcup back to the point. Ray Jock has it poked away by Whitcup, and there's going to be a penalty behind the play, an interference call. And it looks like it's going to go on Todd Manning, I believe.
Yes, it is. Todd Manning's going to get an interference call against Jody David. He impeded him back behind the net. Coach Moore has got a few words to say down there. He's a little upset with the officials right now, and he's also talking to Todd Manning. And I'm sure he put Todd out there to throw some, he's got that big body, 6'1", 6'2", and he wants to put some lumber out there because the Shamrocks are... seem to be, to me, throwing about 75% of the checks right now, Jerry.
We've got Fauché and McCracken out there to try to kill. And we remind you that the two Salmon goals are power play goals. Comes to Levac. Levac over to Barkley, and Barkley shovels it down to the blue line. Now poked away by McCracken. He breaks in shorthanded, steps, trying to feed through to Fauché, and Fauché got tied up. And we're going to have a delay penalty on Salmon River. Fauché stays with it. Stick handles back out to center ice. Here's Levac. Dumping it ahead. I don't think he realized there was a penalty on Salmon. And that was an interference call as Fauché was trying to break in when McCracken stole the puck, and he was held. His stick was held.
Could have called it either way. You'd probably call hooking, but
okay.
I could be wrong on that, but it could have gone either way. And anyway, the Raiders are going to take advantage of this, the 107 left in the Massena penalty, so they'll have a power play for 23 seconds.
Shepard LePage. Hooking is the call, David. You called it right. So it's a hooking call, and that'll even things up at 4-on-4 now as Morris and Bigelow come out. Face off right side in Salmon territory. Off the draw. Controlled by the Shamrocks out to center ice. It's Ray Jock. Jock, his shot from center. Hayes has to make the save. He lost it. And Collins comes up with a puck. I was going to say lost it in the sun, but that wouldn't quite be right. Now back out. Here comes Corey White across the blue line in the Massena zone. White stops, trying to stick handle through traffic. He comes up with it, centers it, but Collins is there to headman to Morris. Morris feeds Bigelow, goes by him. Biggs trying to stay with it, and he does keep it in somehow. Here's Morris. Backhand to Bigelow right in front. They jam at it, comes free in front. And now behind the net, Corey White comes up with it. Back the other way, White. He's going to headman. Bingham. Oh, Collins just takes him out of the play, and Bigelow comes up with a loose puck. Here's Bigelow. Looking just to dump it as Massena wants to make a change here with 20 seconds left in the Massena penalty. Jackson coming out with Cameron. Here's Jackson throwing a check. He stays with a puck. Tries to slide it. Cameron's shot knocked down. Back the other way comes Salmon River's Bingham. Bingham's got Ray Jock with him. Here's Bingham across the blue line, winds up. He breaks his stick as Levac, and he tries to kick it ahead. The puck comes along the boards to Levac, and there's another penalty. He's going to be called for playing with a broken stick, I believe. Massena controlling the puck now. They get the extra attacker on. Comes to Jackson. Cameron follows into the zone. Cameron has it, and he has it touched. And I think that's what the call is going to be, because he played the puck.
Yes, he did. I think you're correct in that call, Jerry. The Raiders are going to be up at least for 12 seconds, have a two-man advantage. But
let's see what we got here. That's going to be Ray Jock. Well, wait a minute. Who was that? We're still waiting on the call. Was it Floyd Bingham?
Number 99, it's Floyd Bingham.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is. So Massena with a two-man advantage for 12 seconds. And they've got McCracken, Morris, and Cameron out there now. Jackson drops back with Aaron Barkley to play the points. Jody David will take the face-off for the Shamrocks.
Number 23, Jason Jackson, is trying to instill some life into this Raider club. When he's out there, he's throwing a couple of nice checks. And this is what Massena needs to get back in the game. Right at the present time, the Shamrocks control the majority of the good, solid checks. And Massena's got to get back into the game by doing some of that.
Okay, face-off. David against Morris. Important face-off for Massena to control here. And they do. Back to McCracken. McCracken goes to Jackson at the left point. Jackson flips it to Morris. Morris moves it in the corner to McCracken. Back to Morris. The penalty, the first one's up. LePage gets back out on the ice. They feed Morris. Morris cross-ice pass. It's knocked down by David, and it's back to center ice. It comes all the way in, and Hayes is going to stick it. Shepard LePage gets a piece of it. David racing in to pick up the puck. Here's Jody David in behind, centers it. Nobody there for Salmon as they're down a man. And here comes Morris. What do we have? The net off its moorings. Massena was on the breakout when they called that.
I think if Jake had to do it over again in that last power play, they were down two men, the Shamrocks. He had the puck over here along the boards, and everyone just evaporated. He just put his head down and threw the puck out in the slot. He could have walked right in, Jerry.
Morris will take the face-off against Shepard LePage now at the red line. Off the face-off, the puck dumped into the stands. We'll do it all over again.
This is a new alignment on the power play for the Raiders. I have a feeling that possibly Jeff Bigelow is not feeling up to par. We have Morris, Cameron, and McCracken up front, and Jackson and Aaron Barkley on the points.
Shepard LePage will face off. Morris wins the draw back to Jackson. Jackson to Barkley. Barkley headman to McCracken, and Scotty takes it across. Here's Scotty, stick handling in the middle. Has it poked away, comes back to the point, Barkley. Barkley winds, his shot blocked. Back to the point, here come the Shamrocks, Jody David. He's got a partial breakaway, but Jackson gets back to break it up. Jackson in behind the net, gets by the check, starts back the other way. Here comes Jackson's long headman. Chris Cameron gets by him, and Corey White flips it ahead to the Massena line. Here's Jake Morris. Morris starts it back. Here's Morris across the blue line. Jake steps, looks for McCracken. No, Jackson, his shot deflected wide. Puck back to the point. Barkley feeds it in the corner for Cameron. Cameron to McCracken. McCracken back to Cameron, wraps it. The shot and the save made. Puck whipped around the boards, and Massena had pinched in, so it goes all the way down the ice with 5 seconds left in the power play. That's going to about take care of the power play right there. Aaron Barkley breaks back out to center ice, looks for McCracken. McCracken deflects it through to the blue line, offsides. As it looked like it was going across, so Whitcup crossed, and then it was deflected, so the offside's called against Massena.
Jody David is playing like a man possessed, Jerry. He has the 2 Salmon River goals, but every time he's on that ice, he is a dominant figure. He's hitting everything in sight. He's forechecking, backchecking. Really, as Coach Mike Miller said, he is an inspirational leader on this team.
It's 2-0 Salmon River on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. 9.5 left in the second period. Here comes Lazor now trying to stick it ahead into the Massena zone. Collins, headman pass to Whitcup. Bobby has to go by him. And the puck controlled by Sunday. Sunday's headman just to the Massena line, right back out again. Here comes McCracken. McCracken feeding Fauché. Fauché's drive bounces into the corner off a leg. Fauché goes after it, trying to flip it free in behind. And it's Nate Sunday with it. Around the boards, doesn't get it out. Whitcup keeps it in, trying to stick it into the corner to Fauché. Gets behind him. The puck bouncing around behind the net. Fauché with it. Fauché goes, Here's McCracken. McCracken slides it through, bounces into the corner. Whitcup. Whitcup trying to go back to the point with it. He does. Here's Collins stepping by the check. He winds. His shot rockets into the corner, and it stays on the ice surface, goes off the glass. Massena now controls it again. McCracken's shot goes across the open goal mouth. Back to the point. Collins looks to keep it in. He does momentarily. Bouncing puck. Whitcup goes after it. Finally, it's poked out to center ice. Bouncing around up into the Massena bench. And we'll have a face-off with 8:29. Massena now looking like they have a little life in them.
Yes, and he hasn't had many shifts out there due to the power plays and killing, but number 15 wearing that red shirt, Bobby Whitcup, every time he's on the ice, he's out there, he's throwing his weight around and really mixing things up, trying to get a spark lit in this Massena club.
Bingham will face off against Morris now. Still 2-0 for Sam Shamrocks. Here comes Tommy Moore across the blue line, has it swept away. Back out to center ice. He stays with it, though. At the red line, picks it up, dumps it back in the zone. Goes into the corner. Corey White races. Bigelow gets there first. Poked away. Here comes Tommy Moore. His shot knocked down, goes off a leg into the corner. Bouncing back, here's Bingham out to center ice. Bingham, he's got Shenandoah with him. Shenandoah goes in the corner after it, along with Jason LaBarge. The puck kicks free. Bingham loses to Bigelow. Here comes Biggs back out to center ice. He shifts by the defenseman. Bigelow breaks in. Tries to feed it right in front. Tommy Moore shot. He fired it wide. And the puck whistles around the boards back out to Shenandoah, out to center ice to Bingham. Bingham feeding Shepard LePage. LePage has it poke checked away. Tommy Moore back the other way. Dumps to the open wing. Here comes Bigelow. Bigelow busts by the defenseman again. White takes him into the boards, and the puck comes free. Shenandoah flips it back to the blue line. Does not get out. Here's Collins' shot. And around the boards it goes. Tommy Moore can't come up with it, and the Shamrocks are going to ice it. And down the ice it goes, and the whistle blows.
Oh, the Raider bench is really incensed. Corey White had Jeff Bigelow tied up inside the zone right in front of the Raider bench, and the play was going the other way, and as they proceeded to get up, Corey kind of gave him a shot in the head, and the referee, Mike St. Louis, was standing right on the play.
Face-off will be to the right side in the Salmon zone. Jackson's line out now against the Cartier line. Jackson wins the draw. Quick wrist shot goes high over the net. Cameron after it in the corner. Goes back to Barkley at the point. Right back to Cameron. Chris with it. Trying to feed Jackson. Jackson circles. Sharp angle shot to save. Rebound in behind. Swept into the corner. Here comes Jody David with it. Over skates. Comes back for it. Flips it to the Massena line. Barkley is there. Headman Cameron back the other way. Comes Massena. Cameron drop pass for Jackson. Jackson takes it in the corner. Centering pass. And Cameron was too well tied up. The puck around the boards. Barkley keeps it in. Flips it in the corner for Hewlett. Hewlett trying to knock it in. It's back free to Jackson, side of the net. Peter Burns gets a stick on it. Right back into the corner it goes. Miller with it now for the Shamrocks. Whips it to the blue line. Chris Cameron keeps it in for Jackson. Jackson has to stick handle, has to go out to center ice. He flips it for Barkley. Barkley at the Massena line. Ahead it goes to Levac. Levac along to Cameron. Chris loses it in his skates. The puck comes free. It's picked up by Jackson. Jackson has it knocked away by Ray Jock in behind the net. We got a penalty and pushing and shoving behind the net.
He's going to call it on the Raiders, but Ray Jock retaliated and gave a little shot to the face of Brian Levac. We'll see if he calls matching minors or just one to Massena. I'll tell you, the Massena, the tempo's changed the last couple of minutes, Jerry. Massena started taking their game up a notch, and the last 2 or 3 minutes, they've had a good margin, good share of the play in the Salmon River end. Now he's just calling one.
So Massena will be killing another penalty here.
Jason Jackson's going to get the call.
I don't know what the call will be. It happened behind the net. And the faceoff will come inside Massena territory. On the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard, Salmon River leading it on a score of 2-0. They move it back to the point. Miller with it, flipping it along into the corner. Floyd Bingham. Here's Bingham now, right across the goal mouth. It bounces free of Shepard LePage, and he goes back after it in the corner. Rides it around behind the net. Here's Bingham, centering pass, back to the point. Miller, over to White. The shot knocked down, bounces into the slot. Fauché, he tomahawks it, goes into the corner. Here's Joey picking up the loose puck. Looking to find it. He does not get it out to center ice. The Sunday keeps it in. Feeds Bingham his shot. Hayes makes the save and holds on.
I'll tell you, the Shamrocks, they can smell blood. They look very effective on this power play. And number 9, Nate Sunday, we didn't see him when they played over in St. Lawrence Central. He was sick, Jerry. He adds a lot to this club, and he just unleashed a bullet. Todd Hayes had to make an outstanding save. I couldn't even see it from our angle.
59 seconds left in the power play, 5:44 in the period, and it's 2-0 on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Shamrocks lead it. Here's Levac in behind now, just looking to move it, does not get it out of there as Jody David steps in front of it. We have a whistle.
It's calling a hand pass.
Okay. And the faceoff should move outside, I would think.
And the Raiders have adjusted their box. I guess when they play Salmon River, they know that Salmon shovels everything into the front, and they've moved the 2 forwards down closer to in front of Todd Hayes to tighten up in front.
Morris against Bingham. Off the faceoff back. Here comes LePage. His shot hit the goalpost. Hit the outside of the post and went into the corner. Quick wrist shot. Nice shot. In the corner it goes. LePage with it. LePage trying to center it. Knocked down by Levac. He flips to Cameron, and Cameron shovels it down the ice. Burns calling for an icing, but Massena killing a penalty here. Out to center ice. Here's LePage feeding Bingham. He takes it across. Bingham into the corner now, circles back to the blue line. Bingham drops it. Here's Corey White. They try to get the guy breaking across the middle in Nate Sunday, and Bingham took it just across the blue line and back in and gets called for the offside.
Nate Sunday drifting down from his weak side defensive point. Corey White spotted him and fed a beautiful pass cross ice, and Nate Sunday tried to one-time it and fanned on the shot, but that was a very dangerous effort by the Shamrocks.
Still 2-0 for the Shamrocks on the Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. 12 seconds left in the penalty, 4:57 in the second period. Off the face-off, Fauché trying to get it out of the zone. He can't. Pokes it away, gets it back, has it taken away, and finally McCracken comes out, and he got tripped. And the puck comes back in the Massena zone, and it's Labarge with it. Labarge goes to Barkley. Barkley, head man to McCracken. He just deflects it into the Salmon zone. Whitcup digging in after it. The penalty is up. Whitcup ridden into the boards. The puck bounces free to the blue line. Labarge throws the check, and the puck comes out. No, it didn't come out. Now it's out to center ice. Controlled by Barkley, right back to Whitcup. Whitcup steps by the check. Has it knocked away, comes to the blue line and out to center ice again. We've got Shannon Jock's line out there for the Shamrocks. Back into Shamrock territory. Back to center ice. Goes by everybody. Back into the Massena zone. In behind the net now, Barkley trying to leave it. The puck kind of rides with him. And finally it's picked up by Fauché. Fauché's headman kept in by Miller. And we finally have a whistle there behind the play. And we're going to have a holding call.
I think Peter Durant might get the call, get the penalty for holding. I think he did call 7. Peter Durant put the clutch on the Raider player. This is what Massena needs with 4:03, a power play. If they can connect on one here, Jerry, they're right back in here because they have taken the game up a notch in the last 4 or 5 minutes.
Morris comes out with Bigelow and Cameron. Jackson at the point along with Barkley. 2-0, Shamrocks lead it. 2 power play goals in the first period. Off the faceoff, Bigelow drops it back. Gets it right back again. Here's Bigelow. Takes it across. Stick handles, has it poked away, and it's dumped out to center ice. Jason Jackson with it at the red line. Jackson drops it for Aaron Barkley. Barkley. Bounce pass to Jake Morris. Morris steps by the D. Here comes Morris. Lugging it in the zone. He stops. Looks for the corner. Bigelow. Bigelow goes back. Takes it to the slot to Morris. Wraparound shots. Rebound. They jam at it in front. Cameron whacking at it. And it's in behind the net. Oh, boy, they came oh so close that time. Puck free. Side of the net now. They still fight for it. It's still underneath. And finally, it's picked away there and wrapped around the boards by Shepard LePage. Ahead to Floyd Bingham. And Bingham lifts it to center ice. It gets by everybody and goes down the ice. Oh, Massena came close that time. Jason Jackson, he starts out for the Raiders. We're down to 30 seconds left in the power play. Jackson, with 3 minutes left in the period, takes it across. Salmon leads 2-0. Back to Bigelow at the point. Bigelow looks for Jake Morris. Morris back to Bigelow in front. Shot. Save. Rebound. Kicked into the corner. Back to Levac at the point. His shot knocked down in front. Morris Can't come up with it. Comes to Jackson at the 45. Jake Morris, he fired it and hit the goal post. Now Morris in the corner. Feeds Bigelow. Bigelow circles in front. His shot. Save made by Burns. Puck whipped around the boards. Comes back to the point. Penalty up. Levac trying to keep it in. Comes out to center ice. Racing back the other way is Ray Jock. Levac gets back. And I don't think he came far enough ahead anyway.
He didn't. He didn't come back into the zone, Jerry. Great effort, great shift on that power play. Peter Burns, a couple of great saves, but the guy that made the day for the Shamrocks was number 24, Corey White. You mentioned Chris Cameron had that wide open net, but Corey White had him tied up, and Chris just could not get his stick where he wanted on the play. An excellent defensive job by number 24, Corey White.
Faucher's line out for Massena. Off the faceoff, Collins keeps it in. Backhands it into the corner behind the net. Miller going in after it. He's got a Whitcup on him. Whitcup throws a check, looks to steal the puck and does. Rides it back to Faucher. Faucher back to Collins at the point. His shot deflected right on the rebound. Kicked free just wide. Here comes Whitcup now. Going back to Collins at the point to Faucher. Faucher has it whacked away and it comes back out to center ice. Collins comes back for it. Slides it into the zone. Gets by a check. Gets knocked down. Stays with it. Whitcup throws a check. And finally it's picked up there by Casey Cartier. Cartier now drops for Miller. Whitcup poke checks it away from him. In the corner, Whitcup gets knocked down. The puck kicks free to McCracken. He looks to center it. He's taken to the board, stays with it. Finally, it's taken away, dumped down the ice, comes out to center ice. Here's Manning with it. Manning for Levac. Levac at the red line, dumps it back across the blue line, into the zone, back out again. Here's Casey Cartier trying to feed his wing. That's Ray Jock across the blue line. Jock gets ridden out of the play. The puck bounces free, and Bigelow picks it up. He's got McCracken. Bigelow breaks down ice. Here comes Bigelow across the blue line. Here's Bigelow. Fakes now. He shoots the save made. The rebound. Back to the point. Levac pokes it into the corner. They jam at it there. Bounces free. And it's out to center ice. Levac again. Feeds to an open wing. McCracken. His shot. Goes off a leg. And it's dumped back down the ice. And that'll be an icing call against Salmon River. Massena really putting pressure on here, but they've been unable to solve Peter Burns.
And Bobby Whitcup, we've said 2 or 3 times in that last sequence out there, Jerry, you probably called his name 5 times. We just can't describe what an effort he had out there. For just 52 seconds shy of 2 periods, and the number 1 star, in my opinion, has been Bobby Whitcup for the Raiders. He is really putting on an inspired performance.
Morris will face off against Bingham. Face off left side, off the draw. Puck back to Bigelow. Bigelow dumps it in the corner, in behind the net. Corey White is there for the Shamrocks. Rides it around the boards. Shepard LePage now. Looks to headman. Goes off Morris down the ice. So no icing call with 38 seconds. Puck comes in behind. Bingham picks it up. Centering right in front. LePage. Score! And Salmon goes up 3-0.
Oh, boy, that one's really going to hurt, and that was just a miscalculation by the Raider defense. There's no way that they should have allowed the Salmon River player to get to that puck. They both had 2 strides on him. They kind of got their signals crossed. Each thought the other one was going to pick up the puck, and the Salmon River player just waltzed in, picked up the puck, and threw it out in front. And there wasn't a red shirt around, just a white shirt. He drilled one from about 15 feet right by Todd Hayes. Wow.
Shepard LePage all by himself. And that makes it 3-0.
Whoever picked up the assist, and I didn't pick up his number.
Off the faceoff, Hewlett back the other way. Dumps it into the Salmon zone. Burns stops it, leaves it in the corner. Cameron goes after it there, gets knocked down, and the puck comes free. And it's dumped back out to center ice. Here's LePage. Shepard breaks across into the Massena zone, has it poked away, gets it back again, looks to center it, bounces high over the net into the corner. 9 seconds left in the period. Now Cameron just throws a check and moves it ahead to center ice. We got a penalty on Salmon River, and with 1 second left, the period is going to run out. But Massena will go on the power play to start the 3rd period. But boy, they got a long way to come back now, trailing 3-0.
You've heard it said many times before, giving up a goal late in the period like that really hurts, and especially the Raiders had taken their game up a notch in the latter part of this period, and were putting some excellent pressure on the Salmon River end, and that's really going to hurt. We'll see if the Raiders can recoup in between periods, but I know it's really fired up the Shamrocks, and we'll discuss that in a little bit, Jerry.
So the Massena Red Raiders trailing at 3-0 now, 2 in the first, St. Lawrence Center. Massena will go out on the power play here, and what an important power play it is, David.
Yes, they need to get back. They need one in a hurry to get back in this hockey game. But the Shamrocks are really fired up out here. They're high-fiving and pumping each other up. This would be quite a win for them going into the final game of the season for them on Saturday when they play the Canton Golden Bears for first place in the Division II standing.
Jake Morris will be out there along with Chris Cameron and Jeff Bigelow, Jason Jackson, and Aaron Barkley. It'll be David up front along with Shepard LePage, Corey White, and Sean Miller. And off the faceoff, back into the Massena zone. Comes right in on Todd Hayes, and he's going to cover it up as he had Jody David coming in on him. And the faceoff will be back in the Massena zone. Faceoff to the left side.
That penalty coming at the 15-minute mark, Floyd Bingham for tripping. He'll spend the next minute and 25 seconds in the box.
So 5 seconds has elapsed. Off the faceoff, puck sits in the circle, controlled by Cameron. Cameron takes it to center ice, flips to Bigelow. Bigelow overskates it, and is picked up by Miller and dumped back in the Massena zone. Bounces to the side of the net. Jackson in the corner, ridden out of the play by Shepard LePage, and Morris comes in there, kicks it free to Jackson. Jason taken out of the play by Jody David, the wraparound, hits the side to shot. The puck, oh boy, that was close. And finally, Jake Morris starts it out. Morris gets hauled down, but stays with it. Here comes Jake in 3-on-2. Morris takes it in the corner, rides it around behind the net, back to the point. Here's Barkley's shot, knocked down. It comes to Bigelow, turns it around. Right in front, Jason Jackson, shot, save, rebound, and where is it? Is it out of the net? Somehow Burns kept it out. Unbelievable save. Oh, my goodness.
I could see it from here, Jerry. It got in behind Peter Burns. Jason Jackson from about 20 feet out drilled one, and it just trickled by Peter Burns, but he was able to turn and reach back with his arm before it crossed the line.
Whoa. And Chris Cameron was right on the doorstep whacking at it. Face off right side in Salmon territory.
And we almost had highway robbery at the other end just prior to that. Shepard LePage almost put the Shamrocks up 4-0 when he stole it from behind the Massena net and stepped right out in front. Todd Hayes had to make a great save.
We're waiting for the face-off here.
The official is down at the scorer's table making some adjustment, and now he's...
I'm not sure what the problem is here.
I'm not either. The pointing down towards the Raider bench. I don't think Coach Tim Long coming down to the end, and there he's going over to explain it to him now.
Well, I'm not sure.
St. Louis. There isn't a penalty. The face-off to the right of Peter Burns. The minute 14 left in the power play for the Raiders. And
apparently there's a problem with the clock.
Okay.
And I saw Floyd Bingham yelling something from the penalty box. Maybe that's what it was. The clock didn't get started, or I'm not sure. But we're waiting for the rest of this power play. It did seem like a long time for only a few seconds gone by in that power play.
That's right. And more than 16 seconds have elapsed on this power play.
They're going to run it down some, and we'll see where they decide to stop. And where are they going to take it down to? A minute 4. It's still counting back. There we go. A minute 4 left in the power play.
I was going to ask you to guess.
Too late. Okay, Shepard LePage will face off against Jake Morris.
I still think Massena gained some time, additional time.
Oh, I believe so. 3-0. Massena leads it. It comes to Jackson at the blue line, rides it across to Barkley on the other side. Barkley drops it to Morris. Morris at the 45 now. Centering pass deflected just wide. Ooh. And it's Jason Jackson in the corner. Steps by the check. Centering pass right in front. Shot, score, Bigelow! And it's Massena picking one up on the power play finally. And it's 3-1.
Number 23, Jason Jackson, picked that puck up along the boards and worked his way, weaved his way down along the dasher to the right of Peter Burns, and he spotted Jeff Bigelow parked out in front, and he laid the pass right on Jeff's stick, and he one-timed it right in the far corner past Peter Burns, and the Raiders really needed that. I'll tell you, that's a big lift.
Oh, I guess they did need it. That makes it 3-1. And we're underway here. It comes to the Salmon River line. They bounce it ahead to the Massena blue line. Here comes Bingham racing in, gets a shot off. It's knocked down back to White at the point. His shot, and the save made by Hayes. Now the puck in the corner. They look to center it back to White at the point. He flips to Miller, but it's poked away. Here comes McCracken racing down on White. Scotty McCracken digs, takes it in front, shot, save. Where is it? It's underneath goaltender Burns. McCracken made a beautiful shift, but Burns made a great save.
He not only made a beautiful shift, but that's a gutty move. I'll tell you, he had to go between Corey White and the post, and Scotty McCracken coming down his off wing. And we've always said that's one of the toughest things to do, to go to that post, and he didn't shy away, Jerry. Tough move by Scotty McCracken. On that goal, Jeff Bigelow was a power play goal at the 43-second mark. Jason Jackson and Jake Morris picking up assists on it.
Massena was going to make a change here, but Mike St. Louis says no. They wanted to change their defense, but Salmon gets the last change, of course, being the home team. Off the faceoff, Fauché gets knocked down, and he fires the puck into the corner. After it, McCracken goes back to Levac at the point. He shovels it right on. The save made, the rebound goes in behind the net, and it's picked up there by Corey White. Flips it out to center ice. Ahead it goes to Ray Jock. Ray Jock takes it in the zone, tries to center it, goes to the side of the net, picked up there, and knocked around the boards. Whitcup trying to get up with it. Miller keeps it in, but following is Collins. Here's Collins. Headman to McCracken goes by him. Dump back to the Massena line. Ray Jock just flips it in the corner for Jody David. Collins in after it, pokes it around for McCracken. Scotty has it swept away, gets it back again, and flips it down the ice. And they wave the icing off as Corey White touched it on the way through. Around the boards now, Corey White with it in behind the net, being forechecked. Stepping in front of it is Jackson. He can't catch up with it. It's out to center ice. Here comes Shepard LePage into the Massena zone. Winds up his shot, and I think Hayes got a piece of it. Whitcup with it. Drops it. Now gets it back again. Flips to an open wing. Nobody there. Here's the shot by Miller. Knocked down. Massena breaks back the other way. Aaron Barkley leading the 3-on-2. Salmon trying to get back. Barkley drops. Jackson the shot. What a save by Burns. Jackson trying to ride it to Cameron. Cameron looks to center it. Back to the blue line, and it's out to center ice. Here comes the 2-on-2 the other way. LePage just flips it. It goes to Barkley. Barkley loses it, but it's into the corner off the stick of goaltender Hayes. Jackson now. Ridden in the board, steps out in front, flips it ahead, but it's intercepted there by Nate Sunday. Sunday flips it in behind the net. Around the boards it goes. Miller feeds it in behind. They try to center it, but Jackson is there to break it up. Here's Jackson. In behind now. He starts out. Looks for Hewlett. Hewlett can't get it out. The shot knocked down. It goes into the slot, and it's knocked away. Back to Sunday. He winds. His shot, the save made. Big save by Todd Hayes right there. Massena just trying to get it out of there. Here's Cameron. Cameron busts down the right wing side. Here comes Cameron. He's got Jackson trailing. Hewlett too. Cameron stops in the corner. He's ridden into the boards by Miller. The puck goes around to Jackson. Jackson backhands it. And looks like Massena wants off on that line as Salmon clears it out to center ice. Collins flips ahead. Hewlett dumps. And Massena gets the Morris line out there. 3-1 the score. Salmon leading. Massena's gotten one back here in the third period. 11 and a half left to play. Back out to center ice. It comes to Brian Levac. Levac circles back into his own end. Drops it to Collins. Collins headman. Bigelow. Tommy Moore now. Moore trying to feed it to Jake Morris. Morris has it poked away. Delay offsides. And we have a whistle. Yeah, they did call a penalty.
He's calling a trip, I believe.
Tommy Moore got knocked down, and I thought they were just going to call the offsides. But no, they did call the tripping call. And that'll go against Conrad Lazor, and the Raiders back on the power play here.
Only a great save by Peter Burns prevented this from being a one-goal game. The Raiders came up on a 3-on-2. Aaron Barkley leading the rush, and he feathered a little drop pass back to Jason Jackson from just over the top of the circle, and he one-timed it, and I thought it was in, and Peter Burns made a great save. But that was a nice, beautiful play by the Raiders, and a good play on the other end by Peter Burns.
Jake Morris will take the face-off against Floyd Bingham. Off the face, the puck poke check down the ice. And Massena will have to go back and regroup in their own end. Here comes Jason LaBarge out. Looking to headman to Bigelow. Bigelow at the red line. Takes it across now. Here's Bigelow. Takes the shot. He gets the shot. It comes to Jake Morris. Morris can't catch up with it. Bingham. And Bingham doesn't. No, he didn't get it out. Morris keeps it in somehow. Now Bingham comes up with a pass. He gets it just barely out to center ice. Morris drops it back to LaBarge, who's playing the point. LaBarge flips ahead for Bigelow. Bigelow moves it to LaBarge. LaBarge takes it across. Here's LaBarge setting it up. In the corner now. Looks to cross at Barkley. Barkley winds up, fakes the shot, goes to Jake Morris in the high slot. Morris stick handles, goes to LaBarge. LaBarge feeding it right in front. Bigelow waved at it, couldn't get a stick on it. And it's dumped to Sunday, doesn't get it out. Barkley whacks at it, but it's taken away and dumped down the ice by Floyd Bingham. 30 seconds left in the power play. Jason LaBarge, long headman pass for Cameron. Chris Cameron leaves for Bigelow. Bigelow takes it across, gets knocked down, and it's picked off by Nate Sunday. He rides it around the boards, and it slowly comes out to center ice. Jody David, taken out of the play convincingly by Levac that time, and picking up the puck is Jackson. Feeds Cameron. Cameron moves it. Here's Cameron just dumping it. He wants off, and that's going to about take care of the power play. So Massena unable to convert. But the puck kept in by Jackson at the point. He flips it for Whitcup behind the net. Whitcup couldn't come up with it. And it's dumped back out to center ice. And Salmon's got a 2-on-1. Breaking it is Jock. Jock back in front to LePage, and LePage couldn't handle the pass. Too hard. And Massena breaks back the other way. Whitcup. Here comes Bobby feeding it through. Whitcup breaks free in front for McCracken. Gets it back again. Tries to center McCracken. And that was McCracken breaking in before. McCracken in the corner. Whitcup picking up the loose puck. Trying to flip it through. He stays with it. Back to the point. Levac winds up. His shot knocked down. And back the other way come the Shamrocks. They try to flip Ray Jock through. And down it comes. And Jock took a dive, and the refs didn't go for it. Massena breaks it out now to center ice. Fauché after it. Back to Manning. Manning, Todd, steps across. Looks. Into the corner it goes. And in behind the net with 8:50 left. Jody David and Bobby Whitcup go together. The puck comes free. There's going to be a penalty. And who's it on?
Todd Manning. He's going to call high sticking or cross-checking. Happened right down to our left. He was forechecking. I can't pick up the number of the Shamrock player. Todd was forechecking number 14, Jerry.
That's going to be Ray Jock.
Ray Jock, yeah. They went in the corner together, and Todd Manning, who kind of towers over him, brought his stick up a little bit. I don't think it was intentional, but he caught Ray Jock high up on the shoulder, and he went down, and Butch Martin right there to make the call. The Raiders are going to be penalized for 1:30. We have 8:43 left in the third period. Salmon River 3, Massena 1.
Jock is still down on the ice, and so Manning getting the gate for high sticking, I believe. Yeah. So now Massena has to kill a penalty, and when they're through with that, that's not going to leave them a lot of time. Of course, that's assuming they can kill the penalty.
Ray Jock still down on the ice, down here to our left, which is the north end of the rink. Our position, as we mentioned, on a scaffolding here on the west side. And this has been an entertaining hockey game from beginning to end. The Shamrocks really playing inspired hockey. This is, I think, the third time or fourth time I've seen them play this year, Jerry, and this is the best I've seen them play. Of course,
by far.
Nate Sunday didn't play on those other occasions. Ray Jock is up, and he's getting a nice round from the fans, and he's coming to the Salmon River bench.
Looks like he's in pain.
Yes, it does. And, of course, the Shamrocks are going to come out here with that big line of David and Shepard LePage. And they'll have Corey White and Nate Sunday on the points. And to kill for the Raiders, 7 and 11, Joey Fauché and Scotty McCracken, Aaron Barkley, along with Todd Collins.
Off the face-off. The puck controlled by Corey White. White out there with Nate Sunday. He's taken out of the play by Fauché, and Collins picks up the puck and lifts it high in the air. McCracken waiting for it, and he can't come up with it. Oh, boy. The bouncing puck, and Scotty had to wait just a little bit too long. Here's a shot from center ice that goes wide and around the boards. Bingham flips it in behind. Collins rides it along. Shepard LePage takes a whack at it, comes free in behind. Barkley, he turned it just right. Down the ice it goes. 50 seconds left in the power play. Corey White comes back for 3-1. Salmon River leading on the Corky scoreboard here. 8 minutes remaining in the third period. Here's LePage, has it poked away, gets it back again. Feeds Jody David. David's pass intercepted. McCracken whacks it back out to center ice. And now McCracken and David go together. And David just almost tore his head off.
Oh, he's going to call them both. Oh, oh.
McCracken really didn't do anything. I watched that right from start to finish, and Jody David just about tore his head off, and they call him for both for penalties.
I'm not sure if he's going to give a double minor to Salmon River or not. Let's see what they punch up on the board. No, I think it's just single minors. He's putting up indicating 4. I don't know what that.
So that'll mean they'll just wipe him.
4. Yeah, just wipe him. Okay.
Yeah. So it'll still be 5-on-4 power play. And we're down to 33 seconds in that. Off the face-off, puck comes into the corner, Massena zone. Levac gets there, knocks it, but doesn't get it out. But Bigelow stays with it, clears it to center ice. Comes to Corey White. They gave McCracken a holding call. And across the blue line, the puck picked up by Jake Morris and dumped down the ice. And back the other way comes Corey White in his own end. 10 seconds left in the power play. Puck stolen by Jake Morris. Morris just got sandwiched that time by Corey White and Shepard LePage, and it's going to come down the ice, but Jason LaBarge is there to dump it back. That'll be an icing. No, somebody touched it on the way through. Penalty is up, and we're back to even strength. 5-on-5. Puck in the corner, Salmon zone. Jason Jackson, his shot knocked down in front. They jam. Here's another shot and a save made by Burns. Jackson in behind the net. Centering pass for Morris. Back to Jackson. Jackson stick handles. Turns it around. Shot. Oh, big save by Burns. And Bigelow is getting manhandled in front of the net, and it comes out to center ice. Levac feeds it to Collins. He steps across the red line, dumps it back in the Salmon zone. 6:40 left to play here in the third period. Bigelow tries to center it. It's knocked down. Back to the blue line, and Shepard LePage comes back. Here's LePage doing the shift. Levac takes him out. He gets it in front anyway. The puck sits there, and it's still free. They score! And that makes it 4-1. I think that's going to be Bingham, and that'll probably take care of the ball game.
I'll tell you, Johnny on the spot and taking advantage of the opportunity that presented itself. The puck was sitting out in front, about 10 feet out in front of Todd Hayes, and there was a Massena player there, but he had a Salmon River player tied up, and the puck sat there, and no other red shirt appeared on the scene. And finally, the Salmon River player, Floyd Bingham, he decided, well, if you're not going to clear it, he pounced on it skated in from about 20 feet and just backhanded it past Todd Hayes, who couldn't leave his crease, Jerry. He couldn't come out and get it. It was too far for him to come out and cover it. So he didn't get much cooperation on from his teammates on that one. Somebody's got to pick up that loose puck.
Okay, we've got, let's see here, Shepard LePage coming out with Bingham and Ray Jock. Well, that's good. Jock apparently not hurt too badly. He's back out there. That's good news for the Salmon River Shamrocks. As the puck comes across the zone, LePage, he fires it across the open goal mouth, comes back to Miller at the point. He loses it, and it's poked free into the corner. Back in there. They try to center it, bouncing back to the point. Here's Sunday's shot, and I think Hayes got a pad on it to make the save. Puck bounces back to the blue line. Sunday, he dumps it back in the Massena zone. We got delay off sides, but Salmon clears. Here's Collins, head man to Cameron. Cameron feeding Hewlett. Hewlett slips it in the zone. Jason Jackson. Jackson looks to center, knocked down. Back to the point. Collins winds up his shot high over the net. And the puck comes around the boards, and it's back out to center ice. Here comes Elliot Lazor, sliding it in the corner. Lazor goes in after it himself, has it poked away. Collins, head man to Hewlett. Hewlett feeds Cameron. Here comes Chris Cameron, breaking in the zone. Cameron takes it by the D and gets tied up into the corner. The puck comes free, back to Cameron again. He pokes it to Jackson. Jason didn't see it, so Cameron picks it up. He overskates, has it poked away. Around the boards, and it rolls on end. Out to center ice. About 5 minutes left in the third period. 4-1 Salmon. Back to center ice. Here is Levac whacking at it there, and Conrad Lazor dumps it in the zone for Jock. His shot. Collins makes the save. The rebound sits in the slot, and it goes into the corner. Now Whitcup just poke checks it back to the blue line and out to center ice. Here comes Whitcup. He's got Hewlett with him. Leaks to feed Hewlett. Hewlett lost it in a skate. And back the other way come the Shamrocks, Corey White. To the Massena line, Aaron Barkley feeds Fauché, back to Barkley. Barkley to Levac. Levac to Whitcup. Whitcup He tries to dump it ahead. It comes to the blue line, back into the Massena zone. In the corner is Aaron Barkley. Barkley rides it in behind the net. Just 4:20 left to play here in the third period. Salmon up 4-1 on the Corky scoreboard. Here's Barkley now, feeding Levac. Levac feeds Whitcup. He just directs it to the Salmon line. White is there to dump it in the zone, to lay off sides, and the puck comes in behind the net. Burns stops it. Moore steals it from him. Here's Tommy Moore looking to center. Backs right in front. The puck sits there, and nobody from Massena could get a stick on it, and back the other way comes Floyd Bingham. Bingham into the zone, winds up. The slapper is blocked. Hayes puts it in the corner. Here's Levac with it. Back out to center ice. Sunday dumps it right back in the Massena zone. In behind the net, Hayes rips it around the boards. Shenandoah races in, picks it up, centers it, but Fauché is there to break it up, dumps it back to the point. Corey White with it. White in the corner. Shenandoah throws a check on Fauché. Now Moore throws a check. The puck comes free in behind the net. Here's Big 99 trying to wrap around, but it's knocked away, and the puck comes to Levac. He loses it in front, and the shot goes to the side of the net. Now Levac throws a check, gets back up again. We have a whistle, and boy, a lot of time elapsed on that. 3:09 remaining in the third period, and it looks like the Shamrocks are going to win this one. They're ahead 4-1.
Jerry, you said a mouthful a second ago when you said Massena could not get a stick on it, and you said that several times tonight, and that's happened, and mainly because the Salmon River defense are making you pay a price when in front of Peter Burns. If there's any rebounds around, they're really creating havoc in front for any red shirt that goes in there, and on numerous occasions the puck has been out there, but a Massena forward couldn't get a stick on it because he was being impeded by the Salmon defense. Number 24, Corey White, has had a strong game for the Shamrocks out there defensively.
Face-off will be to the right side, inside Massena territory. Off the draw, the puck sits to the blue line. Bigelow picks it up and rides it to center ice, dump back in to lay off sides. And there's going to be the offsides now as they touched it. And Bigelow gets up off the ice. Jeffrey's been on the ice quite a lot tonight.
Yes, he's been... He's in a little bit of difficulty right now. He's telling Coach Tim Long, I'm okay. But he's taking some hard checks out there tonight. As we said in the top of the show, right after 3 or 4 minutes, it's been evident Salmon's game plan was to come out and hit anything that moved, and it's certainly paid off.
They called a matching minor penalty that last time around, that little mix-up behind the net. So we're still we're skating 4-on-4. Manning gets hauled down, and they're going to call a penalty on Salmon on that one. Massena trying to control it. The delay penalty. Hayes gets off the ice, and Salmon's going to touch the puck. And we'll go back with Massena on the power play.
It's a trip, Jerry. I'm not sure what Salmon player, possibly number 77, Shepard LePage, might be coming to the gate. We'll see in a second here.
2:48 remaining. That's going to be Ray Jock, I believe. 2:48 remaining in the third period. Salmon River leading Massena 4-1.
I'm afraid it's a little too late for the...
Yeah.
They're going to have to get 3 in a hurry.
Yeah, 3 in under 3 minutes.
Well, they're capable of doing that. It's not impossible.
Wasn't against the Shamrocks. They did it, though. Okay, here comes Cameron. Cameron takes it in the zone now. Cameron looking to wrap it around the boards. Goes up on the dasher. Barkley makes a good move to keep it in. Barkley feeds Jake Morris. Back to Barkley. Back to Morris. Morris steps in the circle. Goes across ice. His pass knocked down and back out to center ice. That's happened 3 or 4 times tonight. So Massena attempting to pass it across the slot. Had it knocked down.
Did you pick up the number who intercepted it? Number 24.
Okay, Corey White that was. Here comes Jason Jackson. Jackson feeding it back to Barkley at the point. Barkley drops in the corner for Morris. Jake steps by the check. Centering pass right in front. And Cameron attempted to deflect it. Couldn't get a stick on it. Again, here's Jackson. Circling. Back to the point. Aaron Barkley. Barkley fakes the shot. Goes to Jackson. His drive. Glove saved by Burns. I imagine that Peter Burns is having the game of his career here.
That was another change that Coach Mike Miller and Mark McCabe had made, and I'll tell you, they came up with the right move here tonight because Peter Burns has been outstanding when he's been called upon. That was one of his finest saves right there, and again, he robbed Jason Jackson, who one time won from just above the dot, and Peter Burns, quick left hand.
1:54 left. Here's Jackson in front. Shot. Another big save. Rebound. Morris tries to slide it through. Another big save. And the puck dumped out to center ice. When you can't buy one, you can't buy one, I guess. Here comes Brian Levac back the other way. 1 second left in the matching. And just a few seconds left, 17 in the other power play as the puck goes around the boards. And here comes Salmon back out to center ice. Levac intercepts at the Massena blue line, turns it around. Just a minute and a half to go here. Jake Morris. Morris turning it back across the blue line. Does the shift. His shot high over the net. McCracken in the corner. Has it poked away by Nate Sunday and back out to center ice. Now Levac is knocked down. The puck comes to Morris. Morris drops it to LaBarge. LaBarge, head man, intercepted by Sunday. He loses. Here comes Jake Morris, 3-on-1. Morris, centering pass. Cameron, it goes by him in the corner. Back to the point, nobody there from Massena. And down the ice it comes. Todd Manning drops it to LaBarge. LaBarge lifts it in the zone, and Jake, well, we got an offside, as they didn't wait long enough to clear the zone. Just 47 seconds left in the third period. The Shamrocks are going to win this one. A big, big win over Massena. And Massena's going to have to regroup, David, because they got to come up with a big effort on Saturday against Seton.
Exactly right. This is a big win for Salmon and a well-deserved win, Jerry. They've played super hockey out here tonight, got some outstanding goaltending, and they showed a lot of desire.
Off the face-off. Bouncing puck controlled by the Shamrocks. Collins steps in front of the pass, moves it along the puck boards. They jam at it and comes back into the Massena zone. Racing after it is Lazor. That's Elliot Lazor. Can't get to it. The pass intercepted, but it's McCracken to feed it out to center ice for Whitcup. Whitcup feeds Fauché. Fauché breaks in on the right wing side. Whitcup going for the net. Fauché centers. Whitcup score! And Bobby makes it 4-2, but that's going to be too little too late.
But I'll tell you, if anybody deserves a goal tonight, Bobby Whitcup, because every shift that he's been out there, he has been up and down, played both ends of the ice, 130%. And if any Raider deserves to light the lamp tonight, Bobby Whitcup does. And a beautiful three-way passing play, and Bobby Whitcup took the pass out about 15 feet and just redirected it by Peter Burns.
Off the face-off. 19 seconds left as the puck comes back in the Massena zone. And it's sticked by Hayes into the corner. Bingham with it. Bingham looks to center behind the net. Whoa, Collins has to knock it away, and it comes out to center ice. With 6 seconds left, that's going to take care of the period right there. That's going to take care of the hockey game right there.
And the Shamrocks off their bench en masse to mob their goaltender, Peter Burns, and he played a super game, and this whole Shamrock club played a super game, from Peter Burns right on up through to their trigger man, Jody David, who was really super inspired. The Raiders, on the other hand, after they lost Tommy Post about three-quarters away through that first period, they seemed to sag, Jerry.
They did sag, although they picked it up toward the end of the second period, and that I think the third goal was the backbreaker.
Yeah, I agree with you. The one coming late, I think it was 12 seconds.
Turns out to be the winning goal, too.
It was the winning goal. It was 2-0 at the time, and I mentioned Massena started to pick their game up a notch, but the Shamrocks got one late in the second period, 12 seconds to go, and to put them up 3-0 on a, we won't say a turnover in the Massena end, but a miscommunication by their defense, and the Shamrocks capitalized on it, and a well-deserved win here tonight.
Well, we're going to be going in different directions after this, David, because the Shamrocks want to build on this. The Raiders want to forget it.
That's exactly right, and this is bad news for the Canton Golden Bears, who are hoping to catch the Shamrocks on a downslide for Saturday's game, but I think they're going to come off this performance tonight really fired up, and the coaching staff, on the Massena coaching staff on the other side of the coin, are going to have to get those youngsters pumped up for Saturday's big game.